everybody. We're coming live from Intuitive Angel Messages on Facebook. And today, myself and Ashley Cunningham, we are going to be bringing to the forefront and introducing our guardian angels, which I'm super pumped about. And what else was I going to say? We have a list of questions here, and we're going to go through those questions that you can see under the events area here in the group. And then, of course, if you guys have any questions at the end, we're going to take some of your questions as well. And so when Ashley comes on, I'm going to bring her on with me, and I'm super pumped to be bringing this to the forefront. This morning, it has been really peaceful and really still in the last hour, I would say. So I know everybody's here and ready to come forward. And I see Ashley, so I'm going to bring her on with me. There we go. And so we're just adding her on.
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So are you excited to bring our team forward, to introduce everybody?
Yes, I'm actually really excited. I can't believe I haven't done this before.
I know. It just, I've said to myself, for me, it's really important to bring the exposure that these beings are around us, that there is high vibrational frequency all around us, and we can tap into that anytime we'd like. And we can call on them and we can talk to them, even if we don't hear them or we're not aware that they're there. You can ask for them to come in closer. You can ask for them to open up their energy. You can ask them to prove. Give me some signs.
Yep.
They'll usually give it to you in threes, but sometimes four. And so, so many signs my angel has given me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just hear her laughing.
Yep.
So what is the name of your guardian angel?
My female guardian angel's name is Pedadiah. And I first learned of her name actually in a reading with you. And it was so cute because you had to spell it out because it's not a common name at all. I've never heard that name before. And it was just really cool to get to know her and meet her officially, kind of. I feel like I've, of course, known her forever, but actually learning her name was really important for me and recognizing that she was there. Yeah.
I totally agree. And I find that some of them will have names that are really, like what we hear on Earth, like Joe, Bob, Bill,
Henry.
And then we have Pedadiah.
Yeah.
But in truth, the angels, if you wanted to call them whatever name, if I decided, hey, Agnes, I'm going to call you Galadriel from here on in, I hope you're okay with that, she'd be fine with that. She wouldn't care at all. Because it's the intention of the frequency that you're tapping into and tuning into, the energy. Yeah, that high vibrational frequency. And in the beginning, you may not feel that. I didn't. Did you? Did you ever feel that energy? Growing up, and did you ever get an sense of high vibrational frequency open up in front of you that you felt blasted with?
No, not in that sense. I did feel, I was fairly open, but I wasn't aware of it. But I did feel like I was surrounded by love and support, but it wasn't like a full blown, here I am, I'm your angel. Hey, what's up, girl? No sort of introduction there. It was just kind of okay, I feel like I'm okay. I feel like I'm not alone. And that's what I need in this moment. So, yeah, it's interesting.
Gut feelings, I had a strong pull or a strong stay away from that direction.
Yeah.
It was like, I think those signs. Little did I know.
Yep.
So we're all, we're tuning into the frequency in different ways. And in the beginning, it's not full blast. And I think it's not full blast right in the beginning for many because it is something that's got to be gradual. You don't want to be rocked right off your feet, sitting there wondering what happened. Although maybe you do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've told everybody this little quick story 1,000,001 times, which is, my guardian angel opened up in front of me when I was crying my eyes out, and slowly started to come towards me, like very gradual. So I had minutes to process what was happening. I was like, and then passed right through my body
Wow.
and back of me. And there still are no words to describe how amazing that was, and how much love they have for us, and how just pure beings of light and love that they are. They are pure love.
Mm-hmm.
There is no judgment. Like Agnes isn't sitting here like my guardian angel and said, "Geez, Kristin, like, come on, get it together." No,
Yeah.
she's not doing that. She's not doing that. However, she will give me different ways of doing things as a suggestion if I ask,
Mm-hmm.
because we're in a free will zone here. So yeah, that was a nice introduction to Agnes long ago when she passed through my body. I had to sit there. I was in shock, I'd say, for about 45 minutes. Went
Yeah.
upstairs and my mom was like, "That must have been your guardian angel." And I'm like, "It must have been." Like, I have no other explanation. Like, I was so just completely blown away, complete despair to bliss out of my mind until this love.
Mm-hmm.
So when was the first time for you that Petadiah opened up and really let you know she was around?
Um, Actually, it was during our reading with you.
I
I,
remember always.
yeah, I know you don't remember my
I
reading, but
can't.
in the reading, you're like, you can totally channel them, and they're saying you already can feel them. So let's do it. And so I practiced with you, and I was just overwhelmed, like you said, with the amount of love that was there. And they really shifted a lot of energy off of me very quickly. And then from there on, it was just whenever I felt stressed or worried or upset or anything, I would be like, come in close, guys. I want to feel you. And just kind of like it really helped me shift in that moment. And I don't ask as often anymore because I just know and I sense them around all the time now. But when I was first starting out, I really was like, you need to bombard me because I
Yeah.
really need to feel this.
Come on in a little closer. I don't feel
Yep,
nothing.
exactly. Yeah.
I remember, long, long ago, I remember I was working at home for a recruiting agency, and I was on my laptop every day, and I was always listening to Hay House Radio. And back then, the one on the scene was Doreen Virtue, as we
Hmm.
all know. And so I was like, I'm going to call in. I'm going to talk to Doreen Virtue so I can get through to my angels. I was so pumped
Right.
about it. I'd just gotten, my angel cards and such. And so I was waiting on the phone on hold, like nothing was happening. Well, I just
Oh
couldn't
my
get
gosh.
through. And
Oh my
so,
gosh.
so basically, my angels opened up and expanded and just filled up my entire living room. And I just sat
Wow.
there like, okay, so I'm not going to get through today, but they know I'm trying to get through, and they're letting me know that they're here supporting me. And I was like,
Hmm.
that's good enough. you know? So I don't
Even
know.
better because you can feel it. You
Yeah.
don't have to
Yeah.
rely on someone else to tell you what they're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Even better, which is what I would love for everyone to do, is to
Me
connect
too.
directly, and I do whatever I can to help individuals do that. So what's going to be coming up on December 1st till the 7th?
Yes, I am actually so stoked for this class. It's going to be really awesome. It's a class with me and Kristin called Mastering Your Energy in 2020. And it really came out of that idea. We did an energy update video a while back. And I was thinking, that's like a cool thing to know about, just what's coming. How do you prepare your own energy and how do you handle the energies that's coming onto the earth? And once you're aware of it, you can actually do something about it. You can ground additionally, extra time, every day, or whenever you're sensing, you're just kind of off or something's out of whack with ascension symptoms. We all have to experience those. Having an idea of how to, follow up in the moment is going to be really awesome. And I'm super excited to be helping to post this class. Yeah.
I think it's going to be really exciting to channel what's going to be coming up in 2020 globally. Yeah. And then when we come live in the class for that whole week, also channeling direct guidance for each person individually. Yep. What is coming up for you? What are your questions? What do you want to, what would you like to know what's coming? Boy, I love tapping into each person's angels and spirit guides and bringing through that information for them. And I think it's really cool to talk about the year of the rat, which apparently is the next coming up this year. And also we're going to talk about moon phases and how they impact and affect you. So there's a lot of different topics that we're going to be discussing. I get kind of an excitement feeling like this is going to be a fun class. And it's going to be very informative. You guys, if you want to learn more, you can go to KristinDaviesMedium.com. And it's only $99 for a whole week of fun. So I'm super pumped about it.
Me too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, what happens, we want to set you up for like 2020, like if certain things start to set you back, how are you going to redirect your frequencies? How are you going to get back into alignment? Because things come at you in life, and how are you going to stay in the eye of the storm? Yep. So that is going to be really good to learn as well. So again, you guys can go to KristinDaviesMedium.com and you can sign up if you like or read more information there. There's going to be a lot more info under the event there. And that's coming up December 1st to the 7th. So I'm super pumped about that. Yeah.
Me too.
So where can people find you online? Like I know you have YouTube channels, you have a group on Facebook, you have your own website as well.
Yeah, so my website is channelingwithlove.com, and my Facebook group is of the same name, Channeling with Love, and it's a really high vibe space, just like Intuitive Angel Messages. We, have posts and live videos, and I do specific channelings for that group as well. And then I also have 2 YouTube channels. So I have my primary channel, which is all of my channeling that I do on line, and I post a lot of events on my Facebook business page that I post on YouTube, and you can find me under Ashley Cunningham. And then my second channel is called Channeling with Love. So there you're going to find a lot of content from maybe Kristin or other mediums that I work with a lot, as well as some more unique content that I'm developing for that channel specifically. So it's just more of the same awesome high vibe conversation in just a different area with a little bit more videos from everyone else. So it's a fun space. I also have Instagram, where you can find me at Ashley Cunningham Medium. And I also have my Facebook business page. So you can just find me as Ashley Cunningham page. And I'm there, and I'm all over the place.
And I'm the same thing. It's Kristin Davies page on Facebook, Kristin Davies on YouTube, as you well know. And my secondary channel is Lightworkers United. I'm trying to build the light online, similar or like any of you know, with the higher self. So this is going to be similar to that. And I really like to post other Lightworkers content all in one space on Lightworkers United. So you have me under Kristin Davies and then Lightworkers United, similar to Channeling with Love. And then, of course, we're going live in Intuitive Angel Messages. And you guys can also find me on Instagram at Kristin Davies Medium. So enough with the plugs. Let's get to it. Let's get ready to rumble. There are some questions here. And I'm really pumped about these questions because we're talking about our guardian angels and we're introducing them. What are some of the characteristics that your guardian angel has? Like I know some guardian angels, I don't know what people might think of guardian angels, like they sit on a cloud with wings and they're fluffy and they're cute. To bring the picture in, a little bit more and narrow it in. And what is Pedadiah like when you interact with her?
Yeah. Well, first, the communication is a lot different than I think a lot of other people have with their guardian angels. She speaks so fast, and most of the time, she's not even using words, it's just visuals. And
I
it's just
remember that.
visuals. She's just really, really fast giving me information. And some of the time, I know what she's saying, but it's like not in words, or I'm not hearing it. I'm just feeling it, seeing it. And often I attribute my GIF game to her because she
Yeah.
always speaks in little snippets. And so Kristin knows I love
Oh,
using
I
GIFs.
do. I try to keep up, but you're the
I
queen.
I love using GIFs, and so I really attribute my skills to her because that's kind of how she communicates with me. Her energy is very, of course, high vibrational. She is also kind of fairy-like to me, and she attributes that to a lot of my personal experiences as being a fairy being in other lifetimes. And she's with me in every single
Okay.
lifetime. And she kind of evolves with me as I go
Yeah.
through my experiences. And so she's very, she just feels sparkly in her energy, very fairy-like, very sparkly, but expansive as well. Her physical appearance to me sometimes changes, but predominantly, like you say, Agnes looks like Galadriel. She reminds me
Yeah.
of Eowyn from Lord of the Rings as well, the
Oh,
Rohan daughter. Yeah, which is
loving
really
it.
funny. Yes,
Oh my God.
but she has a little darker hair. But that's kind of her feeling.
Oh.
Um, yeah, she's very also straight to the point. She'll lay it on thick if she needs to, make sure I get the message. And yeah, she's just really, really cool and just beautiful, and her energy's lovely.
So now that you're describing yours, I'm like, I'm thinking about my guardian angel being very stoic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she's direct, to the point. She'll let me know things when I need to know them. Sometimes I'm asking and I don't get an answer. It's not the right time. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
but so now that you're saying like because your angels come through all these lifetimes with you, right? So they
Yeah.
take on that type of frequency. So if you've been in an ET body, more in deep space, you can pick up on that frequency through the angel coming through, and I get a signature kind of vibration of what incarnations you've had. I know that sounds a bit, but that's basically
No.
what I've picked up on over the
Mm-hmm.
years.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking about mine versus yours. Yours has that quick upbeat energy, similar like to your fairy lifetimes, and mine is more slow and stoic and straight to the point. She doesn't try to lay it out on me because she tries to
Yes.
slower,
Uh,
she tries to slower, calmer, patient approach. God bless you, Agnes. But she sure got my attention that day when she opened up and came right through my body.
mm-hmm.
Um, so a lot of people are asking, how do you know when your angels are around you? How do you pick up
Mm-hmm.
on that?
Well, they're always around, so sometimes I don't really notice them. Their energy is kind of in the background, kind of like ambient noise. Like I don't really feel them. I just know that they're there. Like I don't even
Yeah,
have to question it.
yeah,
But when they're coming through and they're giving me guidance or they're making their presence more known, often I feel just energy within my body.
yeah.
They're placing energy in my heart chakra, on my face. They'll touch my face.
Yeah,
Um,
stroking the face. I get
yep,
that too.
yep. They'll stroke my face,
When I'm
my
not quite
crown.
free. Mm.
Yep, they're like, don't worry. I often feel them like kind of like up on my cheek, which is cute.
Ooh.
It feels really nice. Like they're giving me little fairy kisses. And um,
Agnes doesn't give me kisses.
also, I just know like there's just a pool of energy either like behind me or beside me. Like I just feel a pull, like my attention just keeps going to that direction. And I just
Yeah,
know that
a
that's them.
pulling. Or if you get pulled
Mm-hmm.
towards your angel deck, they want you to use the deck. Go pull the cards. We have something to say to
Yep.
you in the cards.
Mm-hmm.
Another way is like pressure, heat,
Yeah.
warmth, a
In the
pulling of
ears.
energy, pulling you, cupping of the ears, silence on the side of the head,
Yeah.
like all your hearing goes out. I have an angel right here. It's like they come in with their frequency and it's so still and peaceful and calm, it just takes out all my hearing. If
Mm-hmm.
you find that your chakras are really getting blasted with energy,
Yeah.
they're helping you. So if you're having a hard time in life and all of a sudden your heart chakra starts to get blasted and opening that up,
Yeah.
you know who's doing that. They're trying to help you with the chakras.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're so cute, Tina. So do our guardian angels change? Uh, Not for me, not that I've seen with people. I'll ask Agnes, do guardian angels change for people? No,
Mm-hmm.
never.
Yep.
Okay, so if you don't like who you get, too bad.
You're stuck with them.
Yeah, no, just easy.
Yeah.
They're all filled with light and love. They're just magnificent beings. They really are.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so let's ask each of our angels, what is their purpose? What is their grand purpose with us on Earth? Do you want to
Mm-hmm.
take that one first?
Sure. She's saying that there are many elements to her purpose, primarily to support the light that is here on Earth, to support me through my experiences, and to bring more light, and to. Oh, okay.
Keep going.
Okay. So, yeah, to support me through these experiences, to bring light and love, um, and to really help in my soul journey.
Hopefully that's a bit better for everybody.
Oh, were
Hopefully you guys
we?
can hear me better.
Can
I
you
sure
guys hear
can
me
hear you
okay?
good.
Yeah.
I think it's mine.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So what would you like to say to that, Agnes? What is the purpose? She's like, with you or like in general? She's saying with me, her goal. So you've given more of a broader perspective. She's going to give more of a centrally perspective, and that can be individualized for each of us. So, for example, with me, she likes to keep me on track. Sometimes I like to run ahead and I want to charge ahead and I want to do too much for my physical body. And so she will slow me down. Yeah, I think we all know that. Hey, Ashley. So otherwise, what else are you doing here? She tries to relay information that is objective for me, and then she allows me to just make my decision. She really wishes for me to have a free will experience here, making my own decisions. And when necessary, her job is to help lift and raise my vibrational frequency. So, for example, she's using an example. When I came out of, the surgeries that I've had in the past, she really helped to lift me back up in vibration. So they do this in ways of like putting extra energy into our vessel, extra high vibrational energy in through our heart chakras or other main chakras that you have. She says that she knows the best approach with me because if she came in too strong with too much of her advice, I wouldn't um, I wouldn't do too well with that. And at the same time, she knows I don't want her to cater to me, meaning baby me or babysit me. I guess you could say, give me too much. She knows that I want to spread my wings and fly. So she allows that. She allows that. But she says in other lifetimes it's been different. I've needed other approaches from her. Yeah. So she will adjust accordingly. Love
That's
that.
what Pedadiah just said that as well. In other lifetimes, I haven't needed the amount of guidance that not the amount of guidance, but the method of guidance that I need in this lifetime. And they evolve and change with each lifetime and what we need. Yeah.
That's awesome. One question here is, can we ask as a parent for our children, can we say prayers and requests, maybe just talk to their guardian angels and ask for help with their children? You bet you can. Absolutely. And in fact, out of all the readings I've done over the last few years, that's the number one way that the angels will step into another's free will. So if I just asked for buddy love down the street, the angels are going to be like, no, not going to happen. But for a parent to a child, they always say yes. Always. So even if it's your stepchild, or it doesn't matter. So if you're asking for your child, it is on the board. They're all listening and they all get to work. So definitely ask. You bet. And if you want to bring in some archangels, you can do that too. Who created them? Who created the angels? Who created the angels? Who created the guardian angels?
Pedadiah is just saying source, where everyone comes from.
Yeah. So I'll just listen in. Same. She doesn't know any. Same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And so what is their mission with the planet and everyone here?
In this lifetime right now.
Yeah. We'll go with this lifetime.
Yep.
We don't want to,
saying,
it's just too much otherwise.
It has evolved over time. Well, time. She's really good at pointing out there is no time, Ashley. I always refer to time. She chimes in with that. There is no
linear time.
Yeah.
I love that.
But in this moment, with all of us, our guardian angels are here to help each of us rise in vibrational frequency. Therefore, working as a team, they are trying to help raise humanity's vibrational frequency, as well as helping to anchor in the light for Gaia herself. So bringing more light, raising everyone up, one person at a time, and they all work together. They're all on the same team in that mission.
Yeah, they're all communicating. And the angels know everything that is around you. Yeah. They know if you have elementals. They know if you have ET energy. They know what's going on. Now, some of us, we can dip down in life, right? So, that's just welcome to Earth.
Yeah.
Welcome to Earth. Okay. So the key is to try your best to focus on the high vibrational aspects of life, because you are like a magnet attracting in vibrational frequency. Now, you can always just call on your angels to clear whatever is low vibrational around you, transmute it. Or lately, they've been telling me you can also ask to neutralize it. And I said, what's the difference between... I'm like, now you tell me?
Neutralize it. I love how you said that. It makes me want to like have a big like Terminator gun where I'm neutralizing it.
So I say to them, what's the difference between transmuting and neutralizing? They're like, oh, neutralizing's just easier for us. I'm like,
That's
well,
awesome.
okay, whatever is easiest,
Yeah.
instead of removing, bringing, removing or unattaching and transmuting into the light repeatedly, making the request out of me repeatedly, just neutralize it, please. Let's do this. And so let's see what Agnes says about, she wants, so you're doing more of a global perspective of what their mission is. Agnes is doing more of an individual. And I apparently am on the hot seat as the individual who's going to be put forward on this. Come on.
It's all good.
Okay. Yeah. Good for you. Okay. So what is your mission? So she's going to talk about individually. Source created each guardian angel in order to look after, watch over, protect, if necessary, each individual. Okay. Your guardian angel is with you always, right by your side, wherever you go. She's laughing and she's saying, although with intimate moments, we're in the next room.
Thank you.
You're not like breathing down your neck. Oh my God. Can you leave
That's
the
awesome.
bathroom for a minute? I just want some privacy. So yeah, and that is the case. I mean, I can say that for myself. Anything else you want to say on that topic? Nope. That's good. Who do you work with? So who do they work with? Everybody.
Yeah, Petadiah is like, everyone, we're all working together.
So whomever is necessary. It's really individual, and it's what is needed in that moment, at that stage in your life, in that specific lifetime. So if they think that if you call upon an energy, and if they are your backup team. Okay. Yeah. So, but again, this is a free will zone. Lucky us. So basically put, they're aware of who's with you, but you also have the free will to make certain choices, decisions, and actions in your life to bring in certain vibrational frequency. So focus on the higher vibrational aspects. Yeah. And when your thoughts are going, say to yourself, be the still observer of your thoughts. Be aware of the thoughts rotating in your head, because they send out like a signal. Each thought is energy. So you really want to just be the still observer. And then if you have a thought that keeps rotating, that's low vibrational, ask them to help you with that thought, because we are the manifestors of our reality. When do you step in and intervene? When do the angels step in and intervene in your life situation?
Petadiah is saying there have been times where there were situations that would completely alter my life path, and not for the better. There have been situations where they've strongly intervened and did what they had to do, basically, to get me in maybe a safer space. She's giving me a few examples of some scary situations that I was in, where she's had the whole team, have had to work double time to kind of orchestrate some things. And it's, for me, she's saying it's primarily about safety in my experience. There have been several situations, so that's what she's highlighting for me.
I'm going to ask Agnes, my guardian angel, when do you step in and intervene? Ooh, she's really diving in and throwing me off the deep end here. Here we go. All right. So here's some info on Kristin. So go ahead. She intervenes when I'm being strong-headed, opinionated, if I'm being judgmental of others. It's usually others. I tend not to judge too much upon myself. Okay. It's like, you know, when you get fixated in your head on a certain topic and you just, you make it bigger than it needs to be. You blow it up and make it a big deal and the dramatics around it, and you make it more dramatic than it needs to be. Mm-hmm. She helps intervene with those situations. Literally, some of the things she says that she does say to me is, "You're overthinking it," or "You're overreacting." But she'll say it very neutral and very calm, and she'll only punch it in there when it's necessary. Other times she's intervened. She's showing me a few moments in my life where I was making a poor decision when I was younger, driving in the dark, trying to pass a car. And I remember them pulling on my whole body, like trying to warn me. And luckily it worked out okay. Wow. But I basically got out of the driver's seat and asked the person in the passenger seat to drive after that, because clearly I wasn't, whatever was happening with me needed to go in the passenger seat at that time. And so there's other times, like I had a little tantrum when I was younger. I was on a road trip and we were sleeping in the back of the vehicle and I wasn't happy about that. Took my luggage out, started huffing it up the hill in the dark. And now I didn't hear my angels at this time, but I can certainly feel them, which was a strong pullback in my heart chakra, my stomach, where my solar chakra is, and my head, like, turn around and go back to the car. And I could feel this in my body. And I was like, no, I'm living, I was so angry. That was when I was younger. And I had that excess energy to expel in that way. And so then they were like pushing on me. And then this car slowed down and started kind of troll me, this car driving. And I was like, oh, okay. I turned around with my suitcase and I went right back to the vehicle. Yep. So you will feel it in your body if they're giving you a warning signal or a sign. Okay. Yeah. And pay attention to that. Any other ways you intervene? If I'm overanalyzing, if I'm overthinking, if I'm worrying about something that I don't need to fixate on. So there's two reasons why she tries to redirect me off those thoughts. The first is because the more you overanalyze and overthink, the more you're fixating on that, the more you're creating more thoughts like that. And so you're just on this roller coaster ride in your head of overanalyzing and overthinking and overfixating. And you're just the manifester of your reality. So you're just going to create more thoughts like that. And the second reason is because I'm just running myself in circles, she says. I'm just like running myself in circles, like it's just not necessary. So if you want, whatever you want to create, if you want to create more high vibrational thinking, more uplifting feelings, just be very conscious and aware of the thoughts that you house within your mind. You can always ask for them. You can give them off to your team of angels repeatedly. You can redirect your thoughts in the moment. Yep. So if you're fixated on a certain thought and it's low vibrational, you can say, well, I don't really want to create that. It's not good for me. I'm going to be this conscious observer, I'm going to use consciousness in this moment, and I'm going to be aware of it, and I'm going to redirect my thoughts in a more, and even if she says you can't redirect your thoughts in a more high vibrational, like you can't go from there to I'm happy direction, then she says you can at least
just take your attention off the thought. That's all you have to do.
Yep.
So you go. Now I'm just going to just talk to someone, turn the movie on. I'm going to play some music, and I'm just going to just shift myself off the thought. That's it. And the more you do that, the better off you'll be.
Yep.
Just like she says, when you have a very conscious, high vibrational thought, she says, as Kristin often says, milk it.
That's awesome. Okay, thanks, Agnes.
All right. What are you here individually to help people with? So when you have your guardian angels, what are they here to help us with?
Mm-hmm. She's saying much of what they've already spoken on. So bringing in higher vibrational energies, helping you shift, helping you direct your life in the way that you need to go, helping you make the choices that you want to make. She's also saying for me, she's really helping me to bring balance into my life. Balance has been something that I've really needed to learn more on. And so she's consistently helping me with balance. Now she's showing me that it's in several different areas. It's not just within my work-life balance or my health.
That was my first thought.
Yeah, that was the primary one for me. But in many ways, balance and bringing showing me how to make decisions that bring about more stability and more balance and more lightheartedness, more entertainment in the smaller things, not the big, vacations or the big expensive anything. It's more small moments, and helping me really recognize those moments and enjoy the moments as they come. So
I'm worried.
Oh my gosh.
She knows that I'll do it. That's why she's doing it. If I really had an issue with being thrown in on the hot seat, I'd say something, but she knows I'm open. She's acting like, well, what am I helping Kristin with?
Oh my gosh.
She's teasing me. She's teasing me. Okay, she says, in truth, now she's getting serious. She says, in truth, I come in and I help her when she needs me. Otherwise, this dear one is flying. She is becoming very much well aware of her own vibrational frequency, the thoughts in which she's housing in her mind, the emotions that are emanating from her along with those thoughts. She can course correct or redirect her thinking patterns, her frequency. She's learning to do this, okay? This is what we're all going to be learning to do here on Earth. And she highly recommends that each of you start to do this and practice this. As Kristin says, no one is perfect. This is not meant to be a perfect experience here on Earth. If you stumble and you fall down, dust your knees off when over time and get back up. She says, Kristin often says that living in a life on Earth is an endurance run.
It is.
It is.
It really is.
It really is. So you can take the positive high vibrational aspects and highlight them, knowing you're manifesting more of them, or just as equally so, you can give thought to and redirect your attention onto the lower aspects, the dramatics, the density, the low vibrational aspects, not only within yourself, but within those around you. Oh, and even more so, what's happening on the globe, and fixating on the news and all the negative media going on globally. She's talking about that this global perspective of what's going on in the globe is going to shift, and we're going to start moving in a direction where we are going to be starting to talk more and more about all the positive aspects and things going on the planet, more so, and in our local communities. Yeah, local communities within ourselves. But it starts always, she says, it will always start within you. You first, emanating that out, bringing yourself back into alignment repeatedly over and over, as many times as necessary. And she's saying, thank you, dear ones. So let's get some questions going.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great question. Yes, they can. So if I'm asking for help for someone and I'm doing the best I can and it's within their free will, you can ask for help for other people, but it will be within their free will, and their team of angels will decide. Okay. But we can ask that they start moving in a direction of being redirected into balance as well. Moving into redirecting, coming into alignment.
That reminds me of an example. When I started channeling, I asked for, because Alan, my partner, my husband, was like, what is this? This doesn't really, okay, this is kind of weird. And I asked him to be a little bit more open. I asked his team to work with him, and his guardian angel actually told me, your wish is my command. And so they're working with him, and he's come a long way in accepting a lot of what I talk about and kind of thinking about it in a different way. So I didn't make him change. I said, please work with him and see what he needs to kind of get there.
Isn't that cool? Now, some people might be bucking up the current a bit more. What do I mean by that? They make life harder on themselves than it needs to be, and they're not going with the flow. They have a lot more resistance. So you can ask, and hopefully it works. But if somebody has less bucking up against the current, and they're going more with the flow in life, and they have less resistance, then Agnes is course correcting me right there. They can be the most resistant and they can be the most out of alignment. But if you make that request, they'll get to work and they will make changes and they will make that impact. Yes. Agnes says, as Kristin often says, this life is too short to continuously be out of alignment. What do I mean by this? I mean enjoying the moment. High vibrational thinking or thought patterns, knowing that everything's going to be all right. You don't know the how it will work out or how it will be, but this is not for you to know always. The how isn't up to you to always know. But what is important for you to know is that you redirect and bring yourself back into alignment as often as possible, or closer to alignment as often as possible, and be conscious observer of your thoughts. Hand the ones off you do not wish to us. And know that it isn't about what is unfolding or what is going to unfold, the stressors in life. What matters is how long you fixate your thoughts upon these real stressors. And sometimes some of you even fixate on and blow up in your heads things that are more stressful and heavy than they need to be. She's smiling warmly at me. I'm like, who are you talking to? So bring yourselves more and more back into alignment. Be the conscious observer of your thoughts, emotions, and feelings. And then the magic ingredient, she says, is even more so, if you want to go even further, is asking your angels to help you. And you can write a nice long list of everything you want help with and keep adding to this every 2 weeks or every month. Mm-hmm. She's saying, thank you, dear ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so Ashley, do angels come through as male, female, or androgynous? What happens there?
Yeah, I often sense male, female angels. They're presenting to me as male, female. I also sense angels that don't have a preference. They don't ascribe to a gender, so it's more androgynous. And it's really, I think they really present themselves in that way to make us more comfortable. Gender is more of a human thing. And it doesn't really matter how you sense them, but they know what you're comfortable with and how they can work with you. And if gender is a part of that, they're going to adopt it. So I have both a male guardian angel whose name is Samuel, and he's actually on my left or my right over here. And then I have Pedadiah, who's my female guardian angel. And they balance each other out. But I've seen in a lot of readings people who have maybe a more female and then a more androgynous angel that doesn't really ascribe to any sort of gender.
Yeah. And so when one wants to sense where their guardian angel is, it's really important whenever you're using your deck of angel cards or whenever you're going to just feel the energy in the room. This being quiet is top priority. Most of us are thinking all the time and our minds are running amok all the time. So that is the trick. Be the conscious observer of your thoughts. Hand off the thoughts that you don't want any longer so you can create that more peaceful stillness within your mind and practice moments of stillness. You don't have to have thought rotating in your mind at every given moment of every given day. And so when you do create that stillness, tune out like you did in high school, and you will be able to sense where their energy is, because you have your own energy, and you will feel where there's warmth or pressure or a pulling, and you will sense and feel where they are in the room. But if this is busy all the time, what are the chances that they're going to be able to get through to you and communicate with you in any capacity?
Yeah.
So practice when you're channeling.
And Pedadiah is putting this idea in my head around, I mean, everyone's been in like a quiet room where maybe they're dozing off to sleep, and then you feel like someone's in the room with you, and you sit up and you're looking at the door.
Because someone is.
Exactly. They're there with you. And so that's kind of that sensation that most people have experienced that. And so it's just kind of a more concrete example, but it's really just, quieting your mind and then opening up to what do you sense around you.
It's just like if somebody walked in a human body and they stood there and stared at you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Would you sense someone staring at you? You probably would. Yeah. What would you recommend for somebody that is feeling a blockage? So you have a lot of maybe lower vibrational family members, or well, we won't say low vibrational. We'll say we have. I have a question here, so I'm just trying to reword it. Family members that are more unconscious or unawake, or they're just not as aware. So they may tend to be more heavy in vibrational frequency, and that's all in your close proximity around you. And so what the question is, how can I move in a direction to open when she feels more of that blockage of that denser frequency around her in her close proximity? That's a great question.
Yeah, that is a really good question. I'm getting, Petadiah is showing me kind of two elements to this. There's the empathic side of this, where you can project your own energy, your own space. You can kind of dominate your own environment and set the tone for the room in which you want to meditate in, or just the space around you. You do not have to allow other people's frequencies to control how you feel. And for empaths, that's very difficult, especially if they're not really aware of being empathic. But just setting visualizing a boundary of, I have my bubble, or this is my room. It's really designed to support my energy. You can take that route. You can also ask your angels to work with their angels to help alleviate or neutralize the energy that is in that space or coming from that person. So there are a few different things that you can do.
Asking Archangel Michael to move into your home and be your in-home filter.
Yeah.
Boy, does that work great. He vacuums everybody. And if there's any low vibrational energy cords, he'll just pull those and remove them too. And I love it too, because he'll shield your entire home from the dense vibrational frequency of any kind, anywhere. So do you want to give any guidance on that? Yeah, she does. Ooh, she's coming in hot. Getting ready here with my little microphone. Allow others to be as they choose. Do not try to force or restrict or control them. Simply be who you are in your frequency and expand out your frequency, encompassing the location in which you reside. Send them light, send them love, knowing that they may not be as awake or as aware.
Beautiful.
Do you want me to say that?
Yep.
She says, this is what us angels do for each of you. We hold space for you.
Oh.
We place no judgment, and we do not control, and we do not put our opinions, our judgments, our thoughts upon you. We simply hold space for you patiently, and we send you light and love. That's my guardian angel. How many guardian angels does everybody have that you've experienced predominantly?
Guardian angels predominantly around 2. I haven't seen any more than 2 with any person.
Me either.
The angel team itself can be quite extensive.
Big.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very large. I've seen some angel teams be like 20, 25 for one person.
I've seen 35.
It's like, it's intense. But I've only seen 2 guardian angels typically step forward for each person.
I once saw during a reading with a gentleman, and he was chatting away to me and everything, and I said, let me just check and see. And I was like, this long line right into this brilliant white light, and I'm like, I couldn't even count how many he had.
Wow.
And then I kind of got some chuckling, and I said, holy moly. He goes, well, that makes sense. He says, because I talk to them all the time, and I'm calling in new ones all the time. I'm like, okay. That was the most I've ever seen. I don't even know what the number count was.
Wow. So right in that example, so he asked more angels to join his team, or did he ask for them to do certain things?
Yeah, so he would call them in to help him with certain parts of his life, and he would talk with them daily. So if he, whatever he was doing during the day, he would just say, "Hey, I need help with this," or "Could you help me with that?" And so he just
You got
kept
the help.
calling.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Here's 150.
That's awesome.
Okay, so what does energy feel like so that you can feel it?
That's an interesting question. Yeah. Tingling,
Tingling,
physically
shivers,
tingling. Yeah.
massive
Goosebumps.
shivers,
Yeah.
pressure on my head. When
Yeah.
I get a lot of pressure on the back of my head, then I know someone's coming up behind me and wants to talk through the back of my head or above my head or beside my head. Sometimes they just come up and earmuff me, and I'm like, and then they take their hands off, and that's my cue that someone would like to speak.
Heat.
Heat, warmth.
Lots of warmth coming through. Yeah.
Once in a while, it'll be a cold breeze across the face, but that doesn't happen to me too often.
Not to me either.
Pulling, like a pulling, it'll pull your attention. Something is pulling like you feel pulled to look at the clock at a certain time, and it's 4:44, and then you're out driving the car and there's a billboard and you feel pulled to look at it and it has 444 on it. And then you look at a license plate on a car and then you feel pulled to look at it and it says 444. There's 3 signs right there. The angels are with you. That's what that means when you see 4s. We are here with you. We hear you. We're working with you.
I've also sensed kind of like how people can sense someone's in the room, like when they have their back turned. Also sensing beings just right by you. Like it feels like people are standing by you when no one's there.
Yeah. You know when someone's next to you.
Yeah.
And the more you practice sensing their frequency and quieting your mind and tuning into their frequency, the more you will pick up on it in days to come. You can even ask them to open and expand their energy. Please move your energy closer to me so I can feel it. Can some people have archangels as guardian angels?
I haven't seen that as a guardian angel role, but more of a guide role.
Oh, not guide role, spirit guide, but not
Yeah.
guardian angel.
No,
Yeah,
me.
yeah, spirit guide. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
like with
spirit guide,
Archangel Michael.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a trippy time. I'm like chatting with Adrian, my spirit guide, and it was very noticeable that I knew him, but I can't remember how I know him. And then I'm like, I'm pretty sure we've had some lifetimes together, and he's chuckling, and I'm like, oh, here comes trouble. And then I said, years down the road, I'm like, well, who's my other spirit guide? Because I would notice during every reading, people had 2 spirit guides. And then I heard Archangel Michael say, that would be me in the corner. And I was like, what?
That's awesome.
What? And then we had a conversation about that. So Nikki, with Archangel Metatron being a spirit guide, or I wouldn't say a guardian angel, but I'm going to dive in and tap in with Metatron and just see if Nikki has you on her team, Metatron. He's smiling. Give me a thumbs up.
Yeah.
He says, like a spirit guide. He says he works behind the scene within your life experience. But you also have spoken with him, Nikki, and he hears you. He says you speak with him and he hears you. So it's almost like, usually the guidance will be like, speak with us more often, ask us to help you. But it's kind of like there's no need for that. You've already listed off what you like. How do they feel about us giving them names? They're totally fine with that. Yeah. Give them a name. They'll go by whatever you choose. What makes guardian angels the most happy? Well, she's right now. Yeah, us being happy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing. That's what
Yeah.
makes them the most happy. Is that what she's saying to you?
Yeah, just she's not really saying it. It's more like just me being really
You get
happy
the
and
visuals.
content, and yeah, I get a lot of visuals. So me
Yeah.
just like enjoying my life and doing
Yeah.
what I want to do. So
Agnes is going to add to this and say that she's really proud when I choose to go with the flow rather than bucking the current, being in a place of least resistance in life. Focusing inwards on myself being happy, self-love, self-care, the most important.
yeah,
Treating my vessel really good. That is also very important. And then shining my light out brightly for others and moving in a direction of assisting others by way of channeling or all the other ways that I have assisted others. Cool. We'll take a couple more questions, okay?
awesome.
Okay. Okay. All right. Sophia wants to ask, I'll let you take this one. Why do I feel a little fear when I sense someone in the room at night with me?
Because of the
Sophia.
unknown. Because
Yeah.
you don't know who that is.
Yeah.
It's an unknown being, and
Yep.
that's okay. You can ask your angel team to, just set up a guard if you don't want to feel unknown beings around you.
Yeah.
Have a boundary, and if you
Just
sense them, you know it's them because they've set that boundary for you.
just call in Big Mike. He'll
Yeah.
sweep them right out. Toot
Yeah.
sweet. However, I like to know who's in the room with me. So I typically will sit and sense their frequency first. And then you become more accustomed and adjusted to their frequencies. And then you aren't going to be nervous because you know what's around you. I think that that's even more important, that we open
that's
ourselves
true. Yeah.
to feeling what is in the room with us so we're not panicking. I mean, there's, many times Agnes has said, in truth, there's nothing to be fearful of.
Yeah.
All right. We're going for one more.
Sweet.
All right. What's the difference between a spirit guide and a guardian angel?
Well, a spirit guide may not be an angel, may be a different being entirely. Like your example, Adrian, he's Pleiadian, right? He's not even.
He's incarnated as a Pleiadian with me, but I believe he's also had human lifetime. So we'll say our our spirit guides are more souls versus angels.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between a soul and an angel?
Angels. I was just saying, angels are angels, and you have a soul, and are growing and expanding, and they are there to do a job, which is to support souls, and so that's what they do.
What I've heard many times over is that angels were created by Source or universal oneness to be here with us, whereas as a soul, we are a spark of. We are like, if you want to call like a spark of, a piece of, a child of, a being of light and love, a spark of the creator or source or light and love or universal oneness or God or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything on that one? No, she's like, no, you did. You covered that. Many times during readings, I've heard the angels say that we are the most important in their eyes. It's not like, okay, we're here and you guys are here. We are all that is important to them. There is nothing more important to them than us. We are a spark of light and love. And how beautiful is that?
Yeah.
She's smiling and winking at me. She's like, that's right. Okay, so the last final words from Agnes are, I'm putting you on the spot now, Agnes. For once. It's all a matter of how you wish to endure or enjoy this journey on earth. It is all in your hands. You make the conscious, aware decisions in each and every given moment. You get to decide what outcome you get to create in your reality as the consciousness, the beings of light and love, the a piece of God that, we are individually God, that we are that frequency, that light, that love. So go forth and create. Go forth and create by way of being consciously aware and tuning in to your own vibrational frequency, thoughts, emotions, and feelings. We will assist you should you wish. Thank you, dear ones. Okay, your turn.
Yeah.
Pedadiah?
Pedadiah, it's funny because she was just pointing at Agnes. She's like, she's got it. But also saying, just have fun. Enjoy the little things. Don't take yourself so seriously. This is a life experience to be enjoyed, as Agnes has referenced. And we're here to back you up. Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Backup is here.
Yep.
So utilize it and talk with them. And, at first I was so nervous. I only talked with them in my head. And now I'm like, blah, blah, blah. I talk with them outside vocally. And I just talk with them and they talk back. So even if you can't hear them, talk with them anyways. Ask them to help you in every little area of your life.
Yeah.
Agnes says, and so it is. Okay, thanks everybody. If you'd like to go to KristinDaviesMedium.com and join us for this week-long ride, December 1st to the 7th, come and join us.
It's going to be awesome.
I can't wait. Okay, it's all about having fun and bringing everybody together and bringing the light together and shining it brightly for everybody to see. Okay, bye.
See you guys.